How to increase productivity and stay on track. Everybody's talking about it. It sounds so easy, but guess what? You and I, we probably all experience the same thing. It's not that easy, and yes, we can do it, but we need to follow a strategy. And this video today gonna be exactly about that. What can you do to increase your productivity and to stay on track? I'm gonna share the 4 main points that helped me in all the businesses that I built so far. Be productive and follow a strategy that really helps me to stay on track. And first, the reason why is it so hard for most of us? And I really, when I remember my first month or years as an entrepreneur, I got distracted all the time. All these shiny objects, and I'm not sure what to do, how to do it, when to do what, in what order, what softwares to use, what people to contact. And you know, there's so much stuff, and no wonder we get confused, right? So a strategy helps a lot to not just increase productivity, but to follow a process that helps you achieve the goals that you are after. And like I said, it's a strategy. You can apply that to pretty much everything. I apply that not just in business, in life. I use the same technique, if you want, so for everything I do. And the first thing that I believe is the absolute most important part is, number 1, you need clarity. Clarity on what you do, why you do it, how you do it. You need a plan, like all that stuff. Let's take that apart real quick. Why do you do what you do? Like, we all talk about purpose, vision, and mission and all that stuff, but break it down to the small task. If you have a task in front of you that you need to accomplish, you need to know exactly this needs to be done by then. Are you clear, or how clear are you on why do you need this task to be done? Why? What puzzle is it of the whole picture? Why is it important? Why does it need to be done now? Or when does it need to be done? So all these things, you need to be clear on why you do that next step. Clarity on that brings you to the next step, which is also in the area of clarity. You need a plan. Once you know why you need that particular thing done, once you know when you need to have that particular thing done, you may ask yourself, okay, who can do it for me? The who, not the how. Who can do it? If I want to do it myself, fine. But you need to have a plan. Whoever the task does, you need to know when and what process do I or someone else follow to get it done. So clarity, number 1, for me, absolutely. First place, you need to know and understand and make yourself conscious and be aware and clear on why you do that one next step. Number 2 is find your focus time. That's completely different for everybody. For example, myself, I get up in the morning, I have my ritual, I do all my stuff, and I know exactly when my brain functions the best. I know when I do my tasks, my most important task. I come to different strategies on how to do that in a little bit, but find your personal time. Is it morning, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock? Do you need to eat first? Do you have your best time in that moment when you can be very, very productive? Right after breakfast, before breakfast, afternoon, lunch, evening? When is your time? See, to follow a recommendation from anyone is probably not the right thing to do. You need to understand and know when your time is. I can tell you, do it like this. I do it 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 6 to 9 or whatever. Someone else tells you the best time to be productive is right after lunch, or it doesn't matter what anybody's saying. You need to find out your personal time. When are you the most productive? Once you have that, stop multitasking. When you know, for example, your best and productive time is between 8 o'clock until noon, be productive in that time. And being productive means turn off all notification. No cell phone beside you that distract you. No emails that pop up. Anything. Close the door, be in the moment, focus, 100% focus. You only can be productive and take the maximum out of a task that you do if you 100% focus. And focus means turn off any distraction and, like I said before, don't multitask. You cannot listen to music, have the beat in your ear and focus 100% on something that is important for you, need to be done. So focus on one thing. Turn off everything else, close the door, be alone, and focus on that one thing and get it done. This is how you get productive. You need to be in the moment. Remember, point number one, if you know what you do, why you do it, and how you do it, now is the plan time. You know when you do it. Now, in that now, you need to focus 100%. And like I said, find your personal time. When is your time to focus? When is the best time for you to focus? When can you be productive? Just because of how you function, your brain, your sleep rhythm, whatever it is you do. I don't know how your life looks like. Find it out. But found that focus time that fits you personally best. No recommendation on the time, just found your time. Now, number 3 is daily and clear targets. If you know why you do it, what you do, when you do it, and now you have your focus time, you know exactly, for me it's between 8 to 12 o'clock, break it down, make milestones. If you have that one thing that you know you need to do that today, need to be completed, break it down in 3 or 4 steps. And that helps you to achieve these small steps that just also make you feel you achieve something. There you have different strategies. Like I mentioned before, you can do one thing a day. There's even a book about that, I believe. One thing a day. But do that one thing that you target. This is my main task that I accomplish and achieve today. And this is what I'm focused on. Now, how do I do it? Break it down. 3 steps. First, I write the article. Then I send it over for proofread. And while it's in proofreading, I prepare whatever. So found a process that works for you, how you can break it down. And another thing that I personally experience as very satisfying is if I have and experience all these small achievements. That's why it makes me even more productive. And I stay on track because I know exactly achieved. And to even increase that feeling, what I often do is I have 4 or 5 things to do, and all the small things that I know I need to do today beside the big one task is something that I often do very early in the morning. If I get up, again, went to the gym, shower, go to the PC, and I have the small things, like for example, 3 different tasks. Answer this email, write a comment here, and complete task X. And I can do that within 10 or 15 minutes. It gives me a feeling of satisfaction because I have done so early in the morning so many things in such a short time, and I can just mark it, done. And these small achievements give you satisfaction that increases your productivity, increases your motivation to go on, because you are an achiever. You achieved so much thing in such a short time, and you don't want anything else than to stay on track. Another thing is you can, for example, just focus on that one thing. If you know, okay, this is the one chunk I definitely gonna do today, just start with that. But again, no distraction. See, and you probably know that. We all know it. The reason why we don't get stuff done is because we don't focus. The reason why we don't focus is we get distraction. The reason why we get distracted is not because we get distracted. The reason is we let ourselves to be distracted by simply doing the wrong choices. We can turn off the phone, we can turn off notification, we can turn all that stuff off. We can tell our workers, employees, spouse, wife, husband, hey, I'm busy from then to then. I would appreciate if you let me work during that time. We can discuss everything before or after that, so you can focus. And trust me, if you learn how to do that, you achieve so much things within 2, 3, 4 hours. Often people tell me, hey, since I do that, I accomplish in 3 or 4 hours what I didn't do before in 1 or 2 days. And I can imagine that you know exactly what I'm talking about, because it happens to all of us, even myself. Like sometimes there are these times where I need to remind myself, hey, stay on track, you're not productive. And then I analyze myself and realize, oops, this was a shiny object. I paid this attention, I had the thought, YouTube it real quick, and boom, an hour is gone. And all this have to do with how we operate. We don't have, and this is point number 4. The reason that we allow this is if we don't work with a strategy, with a system that we prepare for ourselves, it's very easy to get off track. That's why the conclusion for me, point number 4, is create your system. It needs to be your system. Again, clarity, know what you do, why you do it, how you do it, when you do it, make a plan for it. Found your personal focus time. What is your personal time? Then daily and clear tasks or targets, break it down, 1, 2, 3 small things into one big thing, or start with the big thing and do everything else that have a second or third priority beyond or after that one big important task. And create a system on how to do that. Because if you have that strategy or a system that you follow and you know exactly, this works for me, I tried it out a few times, this becomes my system on how I work and operate in my business. You don't need to think. You don't need to think about all this stuff that potentially could happen. You don't give anything, and you don't leave any potential open for things to disturb you, because you know this is my system, this is how I work, I prepared everything, I follow step 1, 2, 3, 4 and get things done. So there's no chance for anything to distract you. And once you have that system, just keep doing it. Stay consistent, stick to it, make it a habit. If you have that under control, if you have yourself under control, with this system, this is how you can plan pretty much everything. Like, I made it a habit. If I go eat with my wife or with friends, I just don't bring my phone with me. I leave it in the car. And my focus is, I focus on the people that around me, on the conversation, and that's it. That's why I meet people. That's why we go out and eat. Everything else is an addiction. If we cannot put our phone away and spend the time in the now with the people that we actually plan to spend time with, it's not just disrespectful, it's a clear sign of us being addicted. And that's why I say, be clear why you go. I meet the people, I want to see them, I want to communicate with them, I want to eat with them and have a good time. I know exactly when we go and where we go. We go to restaurant X from this to this time, and all I focus on is the conversation, business, private or whatever. I want to enjoy that time. It should be a fun time. And that is my system that I use even in private life, in personal life. Like I said, when I go and work out, I know exactly what I work out. Today is chest and biceps. I know exactly when I go. I know exactly when I work out. I don't look at my phone. I don't talk to anybody because I focus 100% on that one thing. And I know exactly how many sets I do, how many reps, with what weight. So I have a system that I follow. Same thing with work. You can do that and apply that, adjust it here and there a little bit in every area of your life, and you will be organized and achieve different results just by following these steps. Clarity, found your personal focus time, break it down, make milestones, and in other words, create a system that you can follow, that you feel comfortable with, and you will achieve much more. And this is how you increase your productivity and stay on track. If you like this content, if you think it gives you value, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. I see you at the next video.